When it comes to sports games, there's no other title that can break your heart like Madden. In a game where you might not be on offense for at least 10 minutes at a time, every mistake you make in this game feels exponentially worse than it is. You're always one bad choice away from ruining your day. After every interception, you have to sit there and live with your stupidity for your opponent's entire next drive. And if you spend too much time dwelling, it's going to be a long time. And that's what makes this game, this sport, so unique. In 2K, FC, football, soccer, you're able to quickly get the ball back no matter what the scenario. You're consistently going back and forth from offense to defense. No matter what, you have the opportunity to right any wrongs you just made. Committed a turnover, we'll get the ball back right away and score right on them. Madden, you better enjoy playing defense or this game's going to be miserable. Although if I'm being honest, I do know people who will just let the coach pick for them and then they actually put their controller down. If you didn't know that, the computer will actually play for you. And to be honest, it works, unfortunately. As for offense, in this game, it requires a lot more patience, a lot more investment in every opportunity. So when you throw that pick on that pass you know you shouldn't have thrown, after you just spent 10 minutes driving down the field, it makes it that much more difficult to swallow. Pause. Drink your water. Little editor's note here, I'd actually be very curious to know which sports games incur the most amount of players quitting before the game ends. I feel like in Madden, when most people go down 2 scores, they're pretty much gone. We've all been down 3, driving down the field late in the 4th quarter after spending the last half hour playing this game, to then just throw a pick 6 and immediately quit out. Those 14-point leads and 5-minute quarters, they just don't seem possible to overcome, especially when you're already crying over a turnover, especially with how many players struggle with defense in this game. Defense in this game is not easy. But that's the thing, it really is possible to make these comebacks. And that's just what makes this game so exciting. Just like in the NFL games, Madden creates some of the best comebacks in sports. But we have to remember, at the same time you're experiencing the exhilarating feelings of a comeback and just thinking how amazing this game is, someone is on the losing end of that and they're quite miserable thinking how much they hate this game. And that person wouldn't technically be wrong. There's no denying there are aspects of this game that are absolutely mind-boggling to being a AAA game in 2025. This franchise has had over 25 years to fix what seems to be the most basic issues. Players bouncing off defenders? In this economy? No, seriously, games better not go up to $100 when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
Hit that sub.
In a game like NFL Blitz, that animation, that's not going to bother me. In the only available NFL game specified to be a simulation, that's actually infuriating. That's the type of thing that leads to broken controllers, type of issue to make people quit your game. Watching players bounce off each other in a game that's as old as I am, that's not going to fly, especially when there isn't another option. And I do understand, anytime you have to change engines, things are going to have to be sacrificed. But when you look back at how good Madden was in the early 2000s versus how it feels now, it makes you question if they made the right decisions. Madden 2004, 2005 were 2 of the best sports games I've ever played, and a huge part of that was because of just how good ESPN NFL 2K was. But that isn't something we're going to dive into today. That's an entire video on its own. Not having played this game for a decade, you hear a lot about how the game is a shell of what it used to be. From the long list of missing features in the franchise mode, to the gameplay seemingly taking steps back, to even the graphics regressing. However, I have to say, Madden must have taken a major step in the right direction, because outside of the players bouncing off of one another, I really enjoyed this game. In fact, it really makes me want to try out sports games again. For someone like me who's played nothing but Fortnite the past 8 years, it feels like I have so much to catch up on. I feel like I'm in a really lucky position that I grew up during the era where video games were exponentially getting better and better with each release. Every new Halo, every new Call of Duty, every new sports game, it all brought forth some level of groundbreaking features. Whether it was graphics, story, or gameplay, there was always something massive to look forward to. Thinking back, the idea of playing the same game for 8 years straight back in the early 2000s would have been mind-boggling. These new groundbreaking games that required your attention were always about to come out. I miss those days. The good thing is, we can still check all those out. So make sure to hit that sub button and join me on my journey as I rediscover some of my favorite games of the past. I'll keep playing Madden and I'll keep dropping videos of my thoughts. But what about your thoughts? Do you think Madden is one of the most difficult games to play emotionally? Is it actually one of the most difficult games to play overall? And what is your favorite sports game? What sports games do you think I should check out? What sports games have gotten a lot better over the last decade or have gotten a lot worse? Alright, that's enough yapping for today. Almost every one of my channel's viewers is not subscribed to the channel. Do me a huge favor and hit that subscription button. We're trying to get monetized. My dog and I. And if you enjoyed this video, think about watching either of these videos that's on the screen. Go out there and do something great.